Out there.
Okay.
I said it's nautical out there.
Yeah. All right. We're live at 6:45 on Thursday night with the mayor of Fort Myers Beach, Dan Allers, and Dan, uh, kind of give us an update. Is this storm what you expected, or is it bigger than you thought it was going to be? As far as
Well, you never know what to expect with these storms, but we knew we were going to get some flooding, and we knew we were going to have some wind. The storm's moving pretty quickly. I would say it's what we expected, but when you see it, it's never what you really expected. So, we're trying to make sure everybody knows now that they should, if they haven't left the island, stay where you're at. I was just out about 20 minutes ago, and it's not safe to be out there driving around. We've pulled all of our people off the streets. The fire department just made a post, I believe, that they've pulled their people as well. So it's just best to stay where we're in the worst of it. Hopefully it'll pass pretty quickly. The storm is moving fairly quickly. Keeping an eye on that flood, the water coming in, but not much we can do now.
yeah, all over the island right now, the side streets, the obviously Old St. Carlos. I mean, it's going to be hard to find a drive right now. But what you mean by saying this fire department pull their people back is they're not going to go out and rescue anybody now because the winds are too high, right? I think when they go over 35 or 40, for their own safety, they don't go out.
Yeah, I believe it's 40 miles an hour sustained winds. Lee County Sheriff's Office and the fire district will pull all their services back until the sustained winds are below that. And we've got to be pretty close to that. I don't know exactly what they are right now, but obviously you hear the gusts, you can hear the wind probably in the background where I'm at. So we're just Andy's at town hall. He and Jeff are there, holding down that fort. So we're kind of spread out around the island in case something really emergency pops up. One of us can get there, but we're just kind of staying in place for now.
Last minute, it appeared those trailers like the Sheriff's Trail and the Seagate Trail and the trailers we had over here in Times Square for them to get off the island because the wind did pick up, I think, more than a lot of people thought. And there was when I was parked over by Noah's parking lot, there was a porta potty over there. That thing was a weapon at that point. I mean, there were certain parts of the day today where it was really windy, and there were other parts where it was sunny. But those windy times were really windy.
Yeah, and we've been fortunate for most of the day. We haven't had a lot of rainfall,
Right.
so I mean that has helped us. But now, the water has been at the top of the seawalls for the most part all day. We were expecting that we would have high tide conditions all day, and we knew later in the afternoon that this was going to be about the time we were going to start to see the worst of it. High tide is until early in the morning. So, the water is going to stay up for quite a while. It's not going to recede as soon as the storm moves away from us and makes landfall here in a little while. So people will just have to expect to be able to go many places, especially if your street is flooded right now. The main streets that we all know flood are obviously getting the worst of it. Some of the higher streets aren't as bad. Some of Estero Boulevard, as of about 45 minutes ago, was still dry, but the areas where there was no beach berm or there was no emergency berm put in place, obviously that's the first place that came in. Hibiscus, for instance, the water is flowing from the front, from the back bay to the Gulf of Mexico. So those streets, we fully expected that was going to happen. Now we just hope that we're at the peak of it and it starts going the other way.
So the fire chief a couple times today was kind of letting us know that later on tonight, I mean, we're not even at the highest tide yet, and the storm is kind of either passing by us now or passed by us now, and we're getting that back end of the storm where it's pushing the water, toward Fort Myers Beach, and then you got this high tide that's coming up later. Earlier today, as I'm at Margaritaville watching, the water was 10 feet out from the beach, from the seawall. Then it got closer, and now it's in the park. Now it's in the parking lot where the FDOT has their equipment. That's how much it's come up already. Do you think it's going to come up even further and further as it goes through the night, or do you think we might see some of the water recede before the highest tide?
Well, I think as the winds start to die down in the next couple hours, we should see a significant drop in the wind. It's still going to be windy, but we should get down in that 30 mile an hour wind. Certainly help. Again, as long as the rain stays away as much as possible, that's certainly going to help. But right now, the water has no place to go. We can all see that the storm system is got no place to drain. Everything's over the seawall. So it's kind of in God's hands right now as far as what we're going to get for storm surge. We're certainly hoping we're not going to see much more of than what we have now. It's still going to come up a little bit, but I wish I could give you an exact answer to say this is how many feet it's going to continue to go up. But it sounds like most people still have power, which is good.
I'm gonna answer that next year. We had some flickers here. We had some flickers here at Margaritaville, but it's stayed on so far. So you have not heard of any reports of power out? You unfrozen. I know you well, try and get you unfrozen. I don't know if you need to maybe restart it. Let's see if I can. Maybe you're going to try and restart it. As soon as they say something about the power going out, we lose the mayor. Let's see if I can get a quick text about restart. Keep it on here. Oh, he did. All right, he's restarted. So as soon as the mayor restarts his computer, he did post a text on Facebook and tagged us in it, which is why I called him and to see if he wanted to do an interview to get people up to date. You can probably hear the wind. We're on the fourth floor of Margaritaville. You can probably hear the wind right behind us. I snapped a picture. There's actually a guy standing in the middle of the street taking pictures of the water, the current as it comes out of the Gulf and shoots down toward the base of the bridge. Earlier in the video, you might have seen that the cars were on the base of the bridge on this side because I think there's also they just said the power popped out. So we're going to keep it here to see if we can get the mayor back on. He texted that he's going to restart the computer and get it back on. So again, what I was saying earlier today, you guys can still hear me, that the fire chief said that the highest of the tide is going to be between, his biggest worry is between 12 o'clock midnight and 3 o'clock in the morning. And so we're going to watch what happens to that. But there really should be no cars on the road right now. Mayor mentioned earlier that fire department has taken their employees off the road because the winds are over the limit where they can go out and feel safe. So please stay off the road, stay out of the water. Looks like Anna's saying power just went out at Casa Marina. So as soon as we ask the question about the power, everybody's starting to lose power there. Let's see if we can get it back on. If you saw the, you're watching like I have been watching Matt on Wink. It's one of the best meteorologists that we have in Southwest Florida. As soon as we asked about the power, you lost your power.
It's that kind of day, Ed. You know.
Yeah. So, what do you think tomorrow's going to be like? A lot of cleanup. I mean, tomorrow's supposed to be a much better day.
Yeah, a lot of sand. Obviously, a lot of debris. You know, I know you've been posting a lot of videos and stuff all day, and our staff has been out trying to keep the drains unclogged as best we can and picking up stuff. And right now we're just at the, nope, it's not safe for anybody to be out there. We just got to wait it out.
So Robin said power is out on Bay Beach Lane. Power just went out at Casa Marina. So I'm guessing over the next few hours, you'll probably hear some reports of power going out because it's inevitable. Storm like this. So anything else you want folks to know out there about what the town's doing, how the town's prepared to start the cleanup tomorrow, or anything tonight you want to know about?
Yeah, you kind of cut out there. I don't know if that's you or me, but you know, we've got our plan in place. Huh?
Okay.
We're
anything else you want to know?
Yeah, Andy and the staff are ready to go as soon as it's safe to get back out there and start the cleanup. They're in constant contact with the county. So we're all on the same page, obviously, with Lee County Sheriff's Office and the fire district. We're just waiting for it to be safe to get back out there, and we'll all get back out there and get to work. But hopefully nobody loses power, or if you have lost power, you get it back. But just stay inside. If you do have an emergency, reach out to you or me or 911. We'll do the best we can to get to you. But just try to stay as safe as you can.
Yeah, one of the things I heard the sheriff talking about, which is important, and I realize it too when I'm out there, is that when you're walking around in that water, you can't really see what's on the bottom. You can't see if there's a small hole that actually is a bigger hole, or you can't see if there's something. You know, there were bottles of beer, empty beer bottles floating by, and then now nothing is staying in place the way it was beforehand. So anything could be on the ground underneath. So, I mean, the best thing to do is just wait until the water recedes and not be out walking in it. Like some couple of dudes had their dog in the water over here a little while ago, and I was like, well, I mean, dumbassery is everywhere. All right, Mayor, froze up again, so I'm going to let you go. And if there's anything more that we need to get from the mayor or anybody else on Fort Myers Beach, we'll let you know. But we're going to stay covering the news. Keep sending the pictures in to my telephone at 239-247-3833. And we'll keep posting. They're pretty much all the same right now. Every street is flooded. And just stay inside if you can, and we'll keep you posted for as long as possible. All right, guys, have a great night if you can, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.